What's good, fam? How y'all doing tonight? Um, hey, Mama Bear, what's good? She is in the building. I appreciate you, love. It's closer to getting these kids in school. Next week they go. Here in Texas, they go early August. I am thankful for that. Excited. Y'all between being listening to on board and snacking on everything. It's time for them to go. It's time for them to go and get some education. Oh man. Oh dang. Mama Bear said not until September. Yes, honey. I am happy. Yeah, yeah. Your time will come soon. It's coming soon. It is midweek. I hope you all are having a great week. Y'all, it is thunderstorming here in the Houston area. And if my internet goes out, y'all know we're just dealing with these storms. And shout out to the Lip Bar. I got this new combo from their collab with Coco. I love this lipstick. Love it, love it, love it. But yeah, the Lip Bar. Great combo, great combo. But let's move on. Y'all, my girl, Sha'Carri Richardson. I want to see her win. I really do. If you don't know, she is an Olympic sprinter. Sha'Carri Richardson was recently arrested in the Seattle airport on Sunday for alleged domestic violence. She got caught up in a heated argument with her boyfriend, who is also a sprinter. His name is Christian Coleman. I will honestly admit, I didn't know who he was. I looked him up, and he's a really profound young man. He started out in football and then ended up in track and field and has done extremely well. I believe he I believe he broke one of Hussein Bolt's records. Anyway, um Christian, he later went on after the incident, after she was put in jail and got out, publicly defended her. And according to, we're going to take a look at something real briefly, but the surveillance video, it looked like it was a lot going on. And the surveillance video showed Sha'Carri pushing Coleman and blocking his path, pushing him into like a column, and then throwing some sort of object they believe was some headphones. Now, I don't know what went on prior to that, but TSA got involved and called the police. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know, you have to be aware of your surroundings. You're in an international airport, which means that's federal jurisdiction. Feds don't play. So if you plan to get in a heated discussion, I recommend you wait till you get outside of those doors of the airport, because they don't play. But despite all that, Coleman, he did not want to press charges. He, matter of fact, said that, is not a domestic abuse victim. He declined to press charges. And interestingly enough, he described the incident as like a sucky situation. He indicated that, we all need to do this, need to show grace, and that, Sha'Carri is going through a very emotional and personal struggle, and to show her some grace. Let's take a quick look at this video. Hey, thank you, Mama Bear. Oh, my lipstick. Yeah, girl.
Actor Sha'Carri Richardson was arrested Sunday following an alleged incident at the Seattle-Tacoma International Airport. Richardson, 25, was arrested for alleged domestic violence after an altercation with her boyfriend, fellow sprinter Christian Coleman, The Athletic reported. The Olympic gold medalist reportedly got into a fiery argument with Coleman at a TSA security checkpoint in which the arresting officer saw Richardson shove her boyfriend multiple times as he was walking away from footage caught on security camera, per The Athletic. Richardson's offense was listed as a fourth-degree domestic violence assault. Coleman.
Okay, y'all. Fourth degree. This how you know I am so not in these streets. What is fourth degree domestic violence? There's different levels to this. I mean, is it domestic violence or is it not? I didn't really realize there was different levels of domestic violence. But okay, hey, I'm getting educated.
Ultimately did not press charges and declined to be a victim, according to the report viewed by The Athletic. The incident landed Richardson in custody at the SCORE South Correctional Facility in Des Moines, Washington, where she stayed for just under 19 hours until she was released on Monday, according to records viewed by The Post. Richardson has been dating Coleman for over 2 years, despite the couple only making the relationship public in February.
Wow, I didn't realize that. Apparently, they've been dating for a long time. Okay, good for them. It. I don't know, y'all. I feel like he is giving her a lot of grace. I have to shout out to him. He did not want to press charges. He's really adamant about just moving forward. That he said she is the best female athlete in the world, and that she just has some issues going on. Uh, Funny as it may be, they both had track meets after the incident, and neither one of them really did any good. Well, I shouldn't say any good. They didn't do as well as they have done in the past. But I mean, what is the lesson here? Because I'm about case studies. This is a case study, because this is a time for us to reflect on emotions and the pressures, and definitely public image, regardless of whether you are a celebrity or not. You are out in the public, and just because somebody, your spouse's loyalty to you, does not erase whatever your public behavior is. Now, he can forgive you all day long, but there is still a lot of things that need to be addressed and dealt with. And because of this, there are consequences, real consequences. Again, they were in an international airport, federal jurisdiction. What is that going to say for her record? Maybe this is so too cliche, but like, can we do, breathing exercises? I don't know what they were going through. I don't know what he said, what he did. I don't know what she said, what she did prior to all of this. That is their business. But how you deal with it is something we can definitely learn from. And you have to be emotionally intelligent. Just because you have these high emotions, it does not excuse you for your behavior. Now we're both plastered on the headlines. We both are making the news not because of our records on the track and field, but because of a record that you about to have in the state of Washington. And again, I applaud the young man for the grace that he is trying to show, that this is an excellent example of grace. And I know there are a lot of people out there that are, well, if this shoe was on the other foot, the man would have went straight to jail. You know, the monopoly pass start and go all the way to jail. He wouldn't have seen the light of day. Women would have just been, all over him. And yes, that may be true. But as I always say, you need to fix what's in your own house before we haul off and start pointing fingers at others. So let's get our own house cleaned up first. And again, the grace. I love the grace. I love the love. Like, he is down for his girl. And I am hoping that they are both holding each other accountable. We, as social media uh, people who intake all of this, we are very quick to judge. We are very quick to come up with our own narrative. Again, let's take these issues that we are seeing on social media as a time for us to grow and build ourselves and do the prep work so that we aren't one of those who makes the headline news because we got into a heated spat with our spouse in an international airport. We need to ask ourselves, like, is this behavior acceptable? Like, both in public and in private. Am I lashing out because of love? Like, where's the peace in that? Where is the peace? So, in the chat, y'all, and again, I'm not excusing anybody's behavior whatsoever. I also believe everybody is human. We have our good days, we have our bad days. Most of you probably are aware of the issue she had when she got caught smoking prior to, her trials for the Olympics because she was having a bad day. Her mama just died. So she's not new to this bad publicity. I just hope that she takes this and uses it as a stepping stone. That she will take this and help other young women model what grace should look like and boundaries. Like, homeboy set up the boundaries. He's like, look, y'all not gonna talk about my girl. We gonna deal with this in private. Give her some grace. She was dealing with some stuff. Let's move on. Let's move forward. But in the chat, y'all, would y'all decline filing charges, or would you hold that person accountable and go ahead and let them get arrested? I'm interested. Would y'all let your spouse go to jail so they can hold on to that truth, that accountability, or would you decline, show them a little grace, and be like, no, I don't want to file charges? I mean, He didn't have the option in this situation. Like, it, you do anything, it's in the airport. The police is getting called. I mean, it is what it is. Hey, Mama Bear said, gotta love supportive king. Yes, very much so. Very much so. Again, being an example. And I hope people take heed to this and learn and grow from this. Because it was a lot. It's a lot. Have you guys ever questioned question loyalty or loyalty versus leadership? Because grace sometimes feels like you're on a slippery slope because can you give too much grace? Like where do you identify these boundaries to say I enough is enough. I can't do this no more. Mama Bear said it depends on the circumstances and the offense. Agree. Agree. Yeah. I hope I hope everything works out well for them. They continue to win both on the track and off the track. And I want because I know a lot of people will take this young man's words when he's speaking about grace and turning it into saying that it's weak. Grace is not weak. If anything, is wise because to give somebody grace takes a whole lot. Imagine being so mad at a person, so mad, but you still have grace for that person not to be able to get revengeful. Grace is not weakness. It takes a lot to forgive somebody. It's wise. My bear said, I think you give too much grace. Oh, she says you can give too much grace. If it's taking away from your peace and time to cut them off. Man, that's volumes right there, Mama Bear. That's all about your boundaries. Because you want if you know what your boundaries are, you know what you're going to accept and what you're not going to accept, it's easy to identify where you cut that grace period off, where you it's too much. Yeah. Boundaries, baby, boundaries. Boundaries. And y'all love, and that's another thing about love. Love covers a multitude of sins. A multitude of sins. Keep that in mind when you are because a lot of times we are too quick to essentially give up somebody and just walk away. But is that love? And y'all, wisdom is going to protect your heart. Love is going to cover your sin, and wisdom is going to protect that heart. Let's keep loving, but never let anyone use grace to disturb, as Mama Bear said, disturb your peace, to create repeated chaos. You got to know those boundaries, man. Know those boundaries. Forgiveness is wonderful, but if they aren't correcting the behavior, ooh, mama bear, girl, you own today. You're right. I wholeheartedly agree. I wholeheartedly agree. You and I also agree that forgiveness most cases is not about the other person. Forgiving is more about allowing yourself to have peace and moving on because they can't correct their behavior is where we need to be more wise about the situation. Man. uh, moving on to the next topic. Y'all, I can't make this stuff up. When I first heard this, I was like, what? If you have not heard, Kevin Gates, he is a rapper, uh, was married to two different women at the same time. Now, how he do that, y'all ask? Well, according to Brittany Renner, who is his spiritual wife for all of, I think it was 52 days. Let's take a quick look at this video where she discusses that they were divorced. I didn't even know they were married, but let's take a look.
You got married April 6th and divorced May 28th.
So you're divorced?
Yes. But there is a 90-day waiting period in Islam where it's basically you have 90 days to see if you're pregnant because then he would be responsible, right? And then also in those 90 days, it's for reconciliation because Allah wants you to stay married. And then during those 90 days, you are not to entertain anybody romantically. So what I will say is that Islam has made my life a lot easier. I think even with this transition and
Wait a minute. She said during those 90 days, you're not even supposed to entertain anybody romantically. So was Kevin entertaining his wife, who he is married according to the state laws? Was that a romantic relation? Y'all, I can't make this up.
things changing.
Right.
Honestly, it's like I don't think anybody gets married to not stay married. So
That's another topic of discussion because a prime example of that, a prime example is your girl. Why can't I think of her name right now? And the rapper, help me out, y'all. The Braxton, Tony Braxton, marrying Birdman, and then immediately after requests for divorce and what $162 million or something like that crazy. No, she wifed up. She quickly wanted that wifey title so she could quickly get that money. I can't imagine.
I think my biggest thing for me is this is a nice 90-day reset, just focusing on myself and pouring into myself. And what I also will add is that I followed my heart, and that's more than what most people can say in this world. And I have no shame in that. That's why I'm here. BET Awards. As you can see, I'm out here on this blacktop by myself.
Yeah,
Y'all, I'm sorry. They're gonna have to get a flag on the play. Again, flag on the play. Like where we do this at. So we're legally married and we're spiritually married. uh, mm, okay, but give more context. Dreka Gates, who is the estranged, I guess I can say that, estranged wife of Kevin Gates, filed for divorce after 9 years of marriage. And they got 2 kids. As per usual, the divorce stated that they could not, irreconcilable differences was the reason for the divorce. This came weeks after Brittany Renner, who, again, y'all just saw. She is a fitness influencer and a reality star. She revealed that she had entered into a 52-day spiritual marriage with Kevin in April of this year, while Dreka, his legal wife, was still married to him. Uh, Dreka is seeking joint custody, spousal support, attorney fees, etc., as part of the divorce. Um, I feel so sorry for this young lady. It makes you wonder whether or not she even knew about this spiritual marriage. Brittany, of course, she's describing the process of the Islamic tradition, a 90-day waiting period. And during that 90-day waiting period, you're supposed to test intentions and whether or not you are pregnant. She was excited about the 90 days because she said it helped bring clarity and peace to her. Good for her. I'm always for people in their peace. Um, and interesting enough, she said she has no regrets and feels spiritually aligned. Now, I I'm not trying to get in between somebody and their God, but I don't understand how you were spiritually aligned when you're spiritually married to a man who is also legally married. Uh maybe I'm the one that's missing something. I don't know, y'all. Help me out. What is a spiritual marriage? I Mama Bear asked a good question. Does he follow Islam beliefs? I mean, from the conversations, and again, we're only basing this off of what Brittany's saying in the video. It appeared as if it was a collaboration. I shouldn't say a collaboration, but they both were in this spiritual marriage together. Maybe it was just her. Mama Bear said marriage is supposed to be a union of two people physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Agree. Agree. Like, where's the commitment at? You have no covering. You have no protection. It's all gone out the door now that you have this spiritual marriage. Like, you put yourself out there with these public vows to Dreka, and it appears as if you broke those vows. And how much how much peace can you really have with someone who is already as Mama Bear said, physically, emotionally, and spiritually with someone else. How can you be at peace with that? How can you have clarity? How can that not be of concern when that person is with someone else? God does not honor chemistry. I don't care how much chemistry you got. He honors covenant. And they're out of their covenant. and I and I hope nobody thinks that this is normal. That this is acceptable. I shouldn't say that because normal is, in the eyes of the beholder. But this isn't acceptable. This and the reason why I can tell you it's not acceptable because it appears that most of this was done in the dark. And if this is acceptable and this is okay, why are we in the dark? Why are we not? I don't know. Would you pursue a connection outside of your marriage? Maybe I'm missing something. Mama Bear said, normal is a setting on the washing machine. That's it. I wholeheartedly agree because honestly, I don't know what normal is no more. I, what is the difference between civil vows and spiritual vows? Do you have to have both? Can you have one and not the other? I mean, if somebody else is with somebody civilly, can you also be with somebody else spiritually? Hmm. Question in the chat. Have you ever felt called or felt or vibing, as a lot of people like to say, were you ever vibing with someone who was not available, whether it be spiritually, mentally, or from the standpoint of being married, covenantly? Have you ever felt for someone like that? What did you do? How did you resolve those feelings? I, how do you guard your heart against somebody who has a lot of unresolved history? Because maybe, this is a big maybe Kevin and Draco were on the verge of divorce to begin with. And Brittany just stepped in while they were in the midst of working things out. Like, how do you guard your heart against that? Because that's a lot of unresolved history. That's a lot. 9 years and 2 kids? How you do that? How can you reset? I I don't know. It was a lot of lot of flags on the play with this instance. Because when she said she was married, I I about spit everything out that I was drinking on. It didn't make sense to me. Ladies and gents, if God calls you to peace, he is not going to ask you to break somebody's union or settle for what I call a shortcut. He's not going to give that for you. It is better for you to remove than to ever be in a place where you will regret. Now, although Brittany says she 100% doesn't regret, but I can't imagine being spiritually married to someone, even though it was only 52 days, and not be tied emotionally, physically, mentally to that person. I have not experienced divorce, and I pray I never have to. But I've been told that divorce is like the death of that person. I cannot even imagine that in my wildest dreams. And you think there's going to be some peace? Man, trust that God has something for you, even while you are waiting. You have to wait. You, you have to know that it is worth the wait. Every time. Every time. Mama Bear said, I vibe with people all the time. It's the mixed blessing of what we do on here. I keep it just superficial if they don't live in my city. Okay. I could dig that. She said a lot of women are far too comfortable with being with a taken man. I know. And I don't understand why women have gotten comfortable with that. As if that is being the side chick is brag worthy. When has that ever been like my status on my social media accounts, side chick? Why is that acceptable? So he can pour in 100% or 90% into his main chick and give you whatever leftovers he's got, and you're satisfied with that? Baby, I need all of you, okay? Especially in this world, I need all of you. Not some of you, I need all of you. I need all of your protection. I need all of your provision. I need it all. All of it. They was making my head hurt. My bear said, you want a side piece to go to KFC, boo? Mama Bear, you are hilarious. Y'all, thank y'all for joining me tonight. I'm glad that we can enjoy ourselves, take these moments, get into these deep conversations, discussions, and still be lighthearted about it. Life is way too short for us to be angry and be mad. And I just ask that you all take the time today to love on somebody. Somebody might need a hug. Man, a hug goes a long way. And I will see y'all next week. I'm excited, y'all. Let's go. See y'all. Have a great week. Let's go.